Good morning and welcome to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac, president of Roby Electric, along with Trent Haston, president and CEO of the Roby family of companies. It is Mother's Day this morning. Trent, happy Mother's Day to Reagan. Happy Mother's Day to your mother.
Yeah, wonderful day. I mean, I just thought of this, but I'm so genius. In the American calendar year, Mother's Day comes before Father's Day. There's a reason for that.
Hey, you are a pretty smart guy. But you're right, it does. And today is that special day. Hopefully everybody has given your mother's wives to be
Right
special
here.
women
I
in
just
your life.
Googled the origin of Mother's Day. History of Mother's Day. Celebrations of mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans who had festivals in honor of the mother goddesses Re and Cybele. I'm sure that's not how you say it. Google it if you don't trust me. But the clearest modern precedent for Mother's Day is the early Christian festival known as Mothering Sunday. Ta-da!
So it wasn't invented by Hallmark.
No, they just go bling, bling.
Well, hey, we have a mother-to-be in the studio as well, and Christian McCall, so happy Mother's Day to her as well.
We do. And Christian's carrying, I can't think, she said the name Jack?
Oh, now the whole world knows.
Man.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. She might come busting through the store here in a second.
No, she
said it was 99%
I always tell
sure.
her, I tell the story about how, before I had kids, I just you don't only know what you know. I didn't think that a woman looked especially glowing when she was pregnant. I didn't think that kids were cute. I thought they were little ugly little babies. Was a little like an animal, looked like a possum. But no, once you have a child, you really the whole table's turning, and you see a pregnant woman like Christian, and they just have a glow about them, and it's just wonderful.
Agreed. I completely agree with you. And I think as guys, we're not as what is the word I'm looking? Perceptive on things like that. Growing up and as adults, and I tell all my friends that they're about to have children or people that work with us, I'm like, whatever anybody tells you, it won't even compare to what actually happens. So I'm not going to tell you anything.
And then you got to say, I know it's cliche.
It is.
Because it is cliche, but it's true. So, Patrick, we'll get back to Mother's Day and mothers and females and all that stuff when Janine joins us. Janine Devaney of Charlotte Environments is our guest on the second and third segments today. We love having Janine, so you got to stick around. But I have a bone to pick with you.
Bring it.
Sucker.
You do. I know where this is going.
We played in the InReach Cornhole Tournament, the third annual InReach. Look it up. IN capital REACH. Wonderful charity. And about 4 years ago, Kathy Kinnear over there asked me if I could help them get a cornhole tournament started, and we did. And they took it and ran with it, and they had their third annual, wonderfully successful cornhole tournament. We got to support them, and you and I played in it, and my throat's getting thick.
How heavy did I feel when you were carrying me on your back?
I don't know, but I'm not typically carrying people in cornhole.
This equates to my cornhole game on Saturday. It was
Golly. He thinks he's getting decent at the radio.
It was that bad. I couldn't hit water if I fell out of the boat.
From the Price is Right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but no, Trent played well. And the most important thing is they really did a nice job. You were right. You described it really well. It's very well organized. I think they made a lot of money.
I got some Tweetsie Railroad tickets and some Tiger World tickets.
we had a nice time, and it was cool to see that the Roby family always represented by the cornhole boards.
Yeah, we donate. We help them
donated.
out with their boards. They have they have some boards, but we donate about, I think, a little over half of the boards, which we love doing because it gets our brand out there, and we get to support them and help them. So it kind of keeps the overhead for their tournament down, and we love that. But they did a wonderful job, and they've really taken the opportunity that we gave them for an inside look under the hood of our business model on the Cornhole Tournament for a charity, and they've ran with it, and it's really awesome. So check in, reach out, check it out next year. It's usually in the spring. It's always in the spring. The InReach, it'll be the 4th annual next year, and they're going to keep continuing as we have our Pitching for Wishes. It'll be our 10th annual this year. That's in the fall. So it's
coming up.
Ours in the fall, theirs is in the spring.
Well, some of those guys, the ones that we beat, I think we were encouraging to come out to the Cornhole Tournament in the fall so we could have some, some folks that maybe that we could compete with. But some of those guys are pretty good, Trent.
Well, the funny thing is, I told you
Right.
after you choked that it's an apparition, right? It's a ghost. You're not going to win. We're not. We're
No.
mediocre. We're
No.
above. We're high end mediocre players.
You're high end.
And you start thinking you're going to win something, but you don't understand the gradient of good in cornhole to great is humongous, and we would get beat like a shutout once we got to that level. So we were getting taken down.
But that's kind of fun. I mean, it's like, okay, you go to a golf tournament, not everybody can play golf, anybody can play cornhole. And the cool thing about these cornhole tournaments, you get to see how good these professionals are. I mean, it's like you're playing against them. You can't do that in a golf tournament.
Right.
I mean, you can't bring a professional golfer out at most tournaments.
And then he's tucked over there on hole 7 behind the trees, and you're over on hole 2, so you don't even know how good he is.
Right.
You don't even know that he's whooping you with the 7-iron. It's like, I dreamed about getting hit with the 7-iron. And then he comes in with a 22 under in that tournament, in that Captain Choice tournament.
Nice.
So, no, I mean, that's the business model behind the Cornhole Tournament is it's a family event. Everybody's together. When you're not playing, you're socializing with everybody else. Women, children, you can bring in bouncy houses and other things and games and face painters and stuff. So it's a very, very family-friendly event. So,
And Trent, I'll put you on the spot. If you're a charitable person or somebody that runs a charity listening to this and you need the business plan, I think you're pretty willing to share that,
yeah,
aren't
I'm willing to share the business plan. I believe polish your own diamond. You have your own constituents. A rising tide raises all ships. I want to do good in the community, and the more good we do, the better. So,
well, quickly, tee up Janine. I know you guys have a long history together.
Well, with Janine Devaney, I've been working with her. I guess she's going to take it back to when I was digging ditches. My 22, 24 years in the business. So she's on here. Her and my dad got along so well. She did her first job with my granddaddy, and she's just a patriarch of our business, of the design community in Charlotte, and we're glad to have her. So stick around. Our Mother's Day special, Janine Devaney, will be with us when we come right back.